Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host, Jay, and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, guys, she'll be here after the first break. Want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also, follow us on Twitter at JSpot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Woo! Guys, I am so excited. Thank you so Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Listen, I am fired up. It is the end of the year. It is like a week before Christmas. I ain't got nobody no gifts, so I'm just gonna put it out there on the public right now. I got nobody no gifts. But we have New Year's coming up, and guys, I'm so fired up. The reason why I don't have anybody any gifts because my son graduated last week from college, you guys. So I just want to send a special shout out to my son Amir Dale Ware Inc. He graduated from NIU last week. I'm extremely proud of him. My whole family is extremely proud of him. You know what? Guys, he worked his behind off. I'm going to tell you all this. Like a lot of kids, my son, he's really soft spoken. But that's until you make him mad, Danny Grace. But he really worked his behind off. And it's like towards the end, there was some challenges that came his way. And it's so many times that, I saw him push through. There was so many times where he had ample reasons and excuses where he could have just thrown in the towel and gave up, but he didn't. And with his hard work and dedication, he walked that stage in that black robe with that black cap, and he got his BA in corporate communications. And so I am proud of him. So please do me a favor, you guys, go to his page, like his page, Delaware Inc. Also place your orders. He have his nice long sleeve t-shirts, also the nice hoodies. Definitely go to his page, support him. Also, go to Two Level Up LLC. They are our partners, sponsors for tonight's show as well. 2-bedroom, beautiful kind of. When I tell you guys, it's beautiful over there this time of year. So romantic. That fireplace, baby. Let me tell you. Listen, you got to check it out for yourself. So we have their link dropped in the feed. So again, please do me a favor. Go to both of those. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Mark. How y'all guys doing? Listen, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot of juicy, hot topics to talk about. But you know what? First, I want to kind of do a little housekeeping. What do you all think? We do so much for our kids. But where do you draw the line when you have a kid that is just ungrateful? You feel like you have done everything in your power for them. And you know what? Let's be honest. Some of these people think you owe them something. Some of these folks think that you owe them something. Once they get to a certain age, they start thinking you owe them something, especially when things are not working out for them. Now, listen, some things may not have worked out because, listen, let's be honest. A lot of us did not prepare them like we should have. So a lot of us dropped the ball on preparing them. So yeah, they got a little right to be mad at that, in that area. But for those that did what they could with what they had, some of these people they have a spirit of entitlement. They just wake up and think the world owed them something. They wake up and they think that, you got to give them your last, or just because something didn't work out, or they, whatever it is that they want, they feel as though because you're the parent that you're entitled. So at what point do you draw the line for an ungrateful child? And I'm talking about the adult ungrateful kids, because listen, for them little, anybody under 17, listen, and I'm still paying for you, I'm still financing your lifestyle. You better have 12,000 seats. And I'm gonna say that pronto. 12,000 seats pronto. I will change your whole understanding. Don't play with me. Them 0 to 17-year-olds. But then the 18 and up, those ungrateful folks that think that you're supposed to let them stay in your house rent free, mortgage free, gas free, all this other, a lot of expectations come with that mentality, that free mentality. But what I will say about that staying and owing and all this other stuff, we got to stop as parents. We got to stop putting these people out at 18. Listen, I know. You like, man, I can't wait for them to turn 18 and I'm gonna put them out and they gonna go head on and do whatever it is that they gonna do. But here's what you gotta understand, and this is what you gotta keep in mind. When you're looking forward to that 18-year-old mark, you gotta make sure that you've done your job as a parent and you've prepared them to get out at 18. You can't just wait till 18 roll around and then throw them out there and they have no life skills whatsoever. They have no money management skills. They have no skills at all. But since they're 18, now that's the magic age. We're done dealing with them. We throw our hands and throw the towels in on some of these people, and you're setting them up for failure. I mean, at 18, come on, let's be honest. At 18, is a young person really ready to be out there on their own? Are they really ready for all that life has to throw their way if we as parents have not equipped them to win? What are we doing? We're throwing them into the world full of vultures. There is nothing good out there for an unprepared young adult. I'm not saying that 18 that they're not supposed to be out there. What I'm saying is if we did not prepare them for life in the world to be on their own, don't you dare put them babies out there at 18. You ain't told them nothing about credit. You ain't told them nothing about how to have a savings account. You ain't told them nothing about how to have a checking account. You ain't told them nothing about how to have a backup checking and savings account. You ain't told them nothing about how to balance a checkbook. You ain't told them nothing about how to save. You ain't told them nothing about how to pay bills or how to be responsible. You haven't taught them any of that. So then when it's time for them to become 18 and do it on their own, they have no life skills because guess what? You didn't teach them. You taught them how to spend all their money on all this frivolous stuff, all these showboat, all the latest new expensive gym shoes and all this other stuff that when you get out there in the real world means absolutely nothing if you can't go in the house and flick the lights on because you forgot to pay ComEd. So it don't matter how many pair of gym shoes you got up in the closet if you can't see them because your lights is off. So we have to do better. So I do think that 18 could be a good time, for them to go their own way. But that's the transition from your house to either somebody's university. And I don't think that college is for everybody, but I do think that every young adult has to experience it for themselves in order for them to make an informed decision on if going to an institute of higher learning is for them. But just flat out the bat, oh, it ain't for me. How you know? You ain't been. Ain't nobody in your family been. So how you gonna know if college is for you or not until you go? So I encourage everybody to just at least give it a shot for 6 months to at least a year. But at least finish that first semester and then you'll determine if it's for you. But if they don't go to college, then a trade school or something of that effect. But what you're not going to do is just sit up and be a bum. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to just sit up and just, oh, well, I'm 18, I'm out of school and I ain't got, listen. And I'm going to tell you something else. Don't wait till they get 18, and then you start trying to have these conversations. These are conversations that you have to have with them throughout life. I'm going to say something. We have to mindset our kids. You got to mindset these young people, because if you don't, the world is mindsetting them. TV is mindsetting them. Television, movies, music, all of this other stuff, social media is mindsetting them. Whether you know it or whether you acknowledge it or not, every time they turn on the TV and see a commercial, it's subliminally mindsetting them. They listen to music. They're taking it in. They're taking all of that in. So if they're taking out all that negativity, what are you putting into them? Because they're going to be a product of whatever you put into them. So if you're not putting anything into them, then don't expect a positive return. So this 18 crap, and you're putting them out and they have absolutely no life skills. Listen, you're setting them up for failure. You've set them up for failure if you're not teaching them. Again, you can't wait till they get 16, 17, 18, and now you want to start teaching them. Listen, start at 12, 13. Start talking about credit and just seeing where they're at as far as, do you want to go to college? What do you want to do? Start having those conversations at an early age, because with doing that, you're helping them to set goals. You're helping them to see beyond what's around them. You're helping them to prepare for the future. Listen, everybody ain't gonna be no basketball player. Everybody ain't gonna be no rapper. Listen, if you can't spell and you don't even know the words, how you gonna rap? That's why all this mumbling coming in. That's where all that come from. So listen, they're making millions and millions of dollars off of that industry. So not knocking it and not throwing any shade towards it. But you want to be able to have an intelligent conversation. So you want to start mindsetting your young people, but have a game plan. We got to start doing better. We got to save our kids, because if not, they're going to be out in this world roaming around aimlessly. No goals, no purpose, no dreams, no drive, no focus, no nothing. Just out there. And you know what happened when they ain't got nothing to do? Start getting in trouble. You know what happens? Then they start having all these babies. And, listen, you have to make a plea and declare over your kids' life. Listen, the struggle is over. Listen, all this poor stuff, listen, it's over. It ends with you. It's time to start breaking these generational curses and things of that nature. You can tell, don't be afraid to tell your kids, listen, you don't do what I did, because I didn't do it the right way. So that's why we had to deal with the things that we had to deal with. But I learned along the way. And once I learned, I got it together. But you got the opportunity to just come straight out the gate and you got it right. So don't waste all this precious time thinking, oh, I'll get it together on the back end. Because listen, some things you just can never come back from. Some things you can't bounce back from. So we have to do better at teaching our young people and holding on to them. And it's like in 2021, 18, listen, don't let these young folks go, especially if you know that they not ready. But they getting on your nerves because they think they grown. But I tell them, like they told me, the old folks told me, when you grown, you got your own. That means now you're able to take care of yourself and all this and that. You don't have to come over my house asking for my food, waiting for me to wash your clothes, and that. You grown, you know how to do all of that. But some of us will put these kids out knowing we ain't taught them how to cook. We ain't taught them how to clean. They don't know how to save. They don't know the difference between a checking account and a savings account. They don't know the difference between interest rate. They don't know nothing about FICA. They don't know any of that. We just put them out. 18, put them out. Where they gonna go? They don't got no job. You ain't taught them no responsibility. So where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? But keep on depending on you. So if you want them to get out and you want them to be successful, you got to teach them. Teach them so that they can be successful. Some of us don't want our kids to be more successful than we are. But listen, you got to let them be more successful. Because guess what? They not going to come back to your house if they successful. If they can take care of themselves, you ain't got to worry about them knocking on your door asking, Mama, can I? No, you ain't got to worry about that, because you already equipped them. So you know that once they leave, they not coming back, because you taught them how to take care of themselves. So guys, that's just a little food for thought. But again, I'm happy. My guy graduated class of 2021 NIU. Definitely proud of him. Amir Dale, please go to his page. Amir Dale, also Delaware Inc. Place your order today. He has his long sleeve shirts as well as his hoodies. So place your order today. Reference code Jaye, and that's JAYE. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have so many hot topics to get into tonight as we wrap up for the year. Guys, please stay tuned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
Loving you has always been easy because it's true. Yeah. I would not believe if someone would have told me you would come along to reveal my soul. Cause I was done with love, my heart had grown cold. So cold. You had good energy, exactly what I needed. You walked in my life and placed the joy where was needed. Not a mirage, what I feel for you. Put that on God, girl, I'm loving you. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, it's easy to love, easy to love. Oh yeah, loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you has always been wonderful, more than you'll ever know. We got good chemistry, go together like love sex. The passion and care we show one another tops all the rest. The feelings I have for you, I ain't felt in so long. What we share together, baby, the bond is so strong. It's no facade of what I feel for you. Put that on God, I got love for you. Yeah, said it's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, baby. It's easy to love, easy to love. Said it's easy, so easy to love, easy to love you. Loving you has always been easy 'cause you're beautiful. Loving you, yeah, it's what I search my life to do.
Right, told you. Yeah. Welcome back to J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. On IntellectualRadio.com, we are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jaye, and sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexist, simply author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
I'm great.
Good. You walked into all of this,
Madness.
The struggle is always real. I do my best, but you know what? Listen, I'm going to be honest. It don't always work out. So when I'm home alone, you see what happens. Nevertheless, we're going to make the most of it. So I know you're going to be looking around like, no, I know I'm not high today. I know that things is a little, you know what? You had today. So just think of it like that. Like it's really.
I had a little rum in my cup.
So the cameras are really angled right. You just high. We're going to go with that one. Can we go with that? Right, you're inebriated, so the cameras are really focused the right way. So just how we're gonna do that one. But guys, listen, thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled JAYE. For all three. Guys, listen, still want to celebrate and send congratulations out to my son, Amir.
Yay,
He graduated last week from NIU, so definitely super proud of him and his future endeavors, everything that he decides to do moving forward. Wishing him the best of luck with Delaware Inc. So definitely go to his page, place an order. He has his long sleeve shirts as well as the nice warm hoodie sweaters, nice variety of colors. So definitely place your order today. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye. We're also being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our 2-bedroom condo right here, luxurious condo right near, and I say right next to the United Center. Like last night, it was cracking over there, baby, because they had the Blackhawks game over there. See, our guests, they didn't even have to worry about parking and all this other madness. They just walked out the door, walk up the street, baby, and there is the United Center. So that we are just that close. You know how I Dream of Jeannie used to do like this? That's just how just and you right there, you right at the United Center. You do ding 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 twice, you right at downtown. So ding. Malcolm X, ding, all these UIC, Rush, all this, we're right there. So it's definitely great location. Check them out. We have their link posted in the comments. Use reference code J, and that's Jaye. Woo! It's the end of the year, E. Gosh, 6 years. 6 years.
Do that woo again. Do that woo again. Say, woo!
Woo! Woo! 6 years. Celebrate good times. Come on. Let's celebrate.
You gotta twerk. Get up and twerk. You gotta get up and you gotta twerk your booty.
Where first, I don't have Cash App anymore, so those we don't do those shows for free. We definitely, have to pay for those. You gotta
pay for those private.
Right, you have to pay for yes.
Can't get the twerk for free on the J spot. You gotta pay for the twerk. But listen, and we can twerk. She got a little booty. I got a big booty. We can do this.
What's gonna happen is once after the twerk, it's gonna dislocate the hip, and I'm gonna need a massage to put it back in place. So that's what the donations would be for, because I'm gonna definitely
you ain't gonna dislocate it. You got
like doing like this, and I done dislocated that
hands
shoulder.
On your knees.
Who said that?
Megan. She said hands on your knees.
Who is that?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. I gotta give a birthday shout out.
Go ahead, girl.
Happy birthday to brother Ronnie. He is 44 years old today. Him and his wife have been together for like 20 odd years, and they like our age.
Oh, that is a blessing.
I know. They got like 20,000 children.
They've been married in dog. That's 100 years in dog years. Listen, you know what? I'm not even married. Congratulations. I love Black love. I love seeing the longevity of families, especially Black families. We definitely need a lot more of that, because the way these folks are going, and, we're going to get into it, but go ahead and finish. Happy birthday. And who else? You got any more shout outs?
That's right. Before the year is over with, since this is going to be our last show for the year, so I gotta give a shout to my mom. Her birthday is Christmas, so
happy birthday, pre-birthday, Mama Virgie.
And all my children, I only have 3 of them. They're all December babies, so happy birthday to all 3 of the crew, and my niece and my sister
and my 2 bonus nephews. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you all.
Happy pre-birthday, y'all. Woo, woo, woo. Y'all, just all the good vibes and the good energy, and happy Easter. And it's not even Easter, but you know what?
I'm the one that be on, on herbal medicine and stuff and beverages. And this one said happy Easter.
Because I was just born this way. So it's bound to happen at any time. So I'm just like, I know I don't need nothing extra, because it can just slip, and I can just be like, my son always says, beloved Junior. That's what he called me, beloved Junior. You are right today. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get you. He always tell me he gonna give me a special caretaker, because he fears for my safety when I'm by myself. Which I'm like, you don't have to do me like that. You don't talk to your elders like that. I'm gonna see you sit, and you're gonna have to do better with your level of respect for the elders and stuff like that. So he just be looking at me like, yeah, okay. But guys, listen. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. You all, please help me. I just, what's wrong? There is something clearly wrong with us as a whole, as a society. And I'm speaking specifically for Black society. There is something wrong. Listen, there was a comment made, and it was a statement made in the group, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
So the comment reads a little something like this. Some women are single because they're attracted to ninjas like their daddies, drunks, fiends, and abusers. What's wrong? Like, what's
So that means that some men are single because they're attracted to women like their mamas, whores, sluts, crackheads, and jigaboos.
But it's like, what's like? I'm like, can we just make it our business to do better just as grown folks? I'm like, we're supposed to be good and grown folks. Like,
No, we can't do. Oh, I'm showing my whole bra. I done showed my booty.
we gotta do better at being good and grown folks, because we're making, to me, that was a bitter statement. Like, that's a battered dude
man. Yeah.
statement to make. Like, women are single because they're attracted to fiends and abusers and things like that. So
men are single because you're bitter.
So it's like, so making that statement. So is a woman wrong for being attracted to that if that's all she was ever exposed to and she don't know any better? Like, that's the dude that set the tone for her on what a man should be, because our parents set the tone for what a man should be, whether they're there or not. The woman, she sets the tone for what a woman, your mother, she sets the tone for what a woman should be. So when the tone is set and the standard is set, and she didn't ask for her daddy to be a crackhead, she didn't ask for her daddy to be an abuser, she didn't ask for her dad to be a cheater. So as you being a man that's coming into her life, a woman's life that may have been brought up in a background like that, listen, if that type of woman with that type of background is too much for you to deal with, step away, bruh. Fall back. She done been through enough already. If you're saying that that's why she's single, she don't need you coming in and messing her up even more. She's already been through enough. So if you feel like this is why she's single, fall back. But here's the thing. If you're dealing with her, then guess what? You're single too. So now, why are you single?
Don't think about that, though.
It's like the dating pool. It's like, if you're in the dating pool and you're complaining about the quality of people in the dating pool, ask yourself, why am I in this dating pool? Like, I mean, what's causing me to be single? We're so quick to shoot out all these negative things about each other, but we got to do better, because we're not helping the situation. If she got too many kids for you, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Oh, I ain't finna take care of another end's kids. Don't. But leave her alone. Plain and simple. She got too much baggage. Good. Leave her alone.
But that's the thing. You're not offended to take care of another man's child. But who's taking care of your child?
Right.
It's those who say that, but you not even take care of your child. Another man is taking care of your child, or she's taking care of your child by herself because you keep dodging child support, or the fact that you done skeeted up in here and created a child and stuff. Like, let's just be real. Both of you all skeeted in each other together, whatever, however it go. I forget because it's been a long time. And y'all done created this little child and stuff, and now I wasn't trying to do all.
We have to, for the new year, we have to kill the negative energy. We got to kill the negative vibes between these relationships, between men and women, especially Black men and Black women, because we're never going to make it. Here's the deal. We can both sit and both sides, we can sit and we can fire off insults all day long. We can fire them off. How is that helping us? She got too many kids. Well, you got too many kids. She ain't no good. Well, you trifling. So it's like we can sit there and we can throw the insults all day long. But at the end of the day, we got these kids on both sides. So it's not like you walk to the table with no kids. You got kids. They just from, 2 marriages, 3 marriages ago. She got a whole bunch of different baby daddies. The thing is, y'all both bringing baggage to the table. It depends on how you as an individual look at the situation. Are you going to look at it in a negative way, or are you going to look at it in a positive way and make the best of the situation? Listen, a lot of these folks don't want to deal with this stuff, and you don't have to. You don't have to. It is a free, they told us it was free. Some things are free. The other stuff is a whole bunch of stuff that's going to cost you. And laying around and being coupled up with the wrong person will cost you. It will cost you your peace of mind. It'll cost you your health. It'll cost you your happiness. It'll cost you a whole lot of wasted time and a whole lot of wasted energy. So
that you can't get back.
Ever.
That's what people be like, well, you so quick to you look for a reason to dump somebody and you'll break up. It's not that I look for a reason. It's the fact that I won't let you waste my time. Like, I was just talking to a guy and we only talked for literally maybe an hour, texting or whatever. And he asked me, well, what do you do? So I was like, I'm a supervisor at a warehouse. And he was like, crickets. And then I said, oh, you should have asked me my finances. What do I do financially? How was my finances? So I spit him out my resume on this is what all I do. And you can check this out. And this is who I am. And blue, 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 blue. And then he said, oh, that's nice. Block. Because you was only concerned about when you saw the little warehouse thing, you got stuck on yourself. But that's just something I do. That's because what I do. But that's not all the stuff that I do. But this is how you felt. So I was like, I'm good on you. Mm-hmm. I won't let you waste my time. I won't let anybody waste my time. I'd rather me cut you right now and keep it moving, opposed to me trying to prolong something, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, or whatever. And then 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, you done wasted all these years, and now I got to cut you, and now I can't get none of that time back. I can get the money back. I can't get the time back.
At all. So I'm not saying that you're not entitled to want whatever you want. What you're entitled to want that, and you deserve to have it. Just don't try to mess the person up in the process. If they're not what it is that you want, let them go and go find who you want. But us throwing all these negative insults and things of that nature, can we please just make it our business as grown Black and sexy people, beautiful brown people? Let's just stop this. Let's make it our business. If you want a relationship, if you want marriage, then let's start putting those vibes and those energy out there, not asking the crazy stuff, which is going to lead into our next hot topic. If she's an independent woman, what does she need a man for?
What the hell?
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you as a woman ask that question, you don't need a man.
I'm going to tell you.
She don't need a man.
I need a man.
Not at all.
Right now for some penis.
But I'm just like, if you have to ask that question, even for a man, when he's like, okay, well, I can cook for myself, I clean for myself, I know that. What do I need a woman for? You don't. If you got to ask that, what do I need you for? You don't.
That's so crazy.
You don't. Honey, you don't need nobody. Continue to live a solo life. Continue to take care of yourself. Rock out solo, because you don't need nobody. I believe that anybody that asks that question, you don't need anybody. Because if finances is the only thing that makes you valid, feel like that's the determining factor on whether you need somebody or not, because there's a whole lot of sick people laying up in these nursing homes and these hospitals. Baby, they got all the money in the world, but ain't had not a relative to come visit them or anything. Come visit them, bring them a sip of water, send them an encouraging text
just
message.
Stroke their hair. They won't do anything.
But you got all the money in the world, though.
I've worked. I've seen it. Like, you don't have
nobody
to come just
nobody. But you got all that money, though. So it's like, if money is gonna be the determining factor on you know what? I'm solid. I don't need nobody because I got my money. I can hire. Go listen, knock yourself out. That's why they got these nursing facilities, and that's why they got the LEs and the CNAs. And hey, hire you a whole slew of them, because with that attitude, you're gonna need them. And if you don't change the way you think, you're not even gonna keep your CNAs around. Listen, they gonna be sitting up and letting you get bed sores and all of this other stuff. You know why? Because of your heart and your attitude. So the same attitude that you have towards relationships and why you don't need people will be the same very nasty negative attitude that you're gonna take towards other people. And guess what? Don't nobody want to be around a sticking old rotten fart in the mud. Don't nobody want to be around you. Be like, okay, let her ride. Let her old miserable behind sit there until cobwebs grow out of her eyeballs. You know, let him.
I was just about to say something else.
No, I said eyeballs.
You said eyeballs.
Let the cobwebs grow, because you're just mean and you're bitter. So it's like, if you're asking, what do you need a man for if you're an independent woman? Or what do you need a woman for if you can cook and clean and do? You don't. You individuals that think like that and feel like that, you're right. You don't need nobody. Continue to live like you're living.
I need a man because God said I needed a mate. If he paired up the giraffe with the male giraffe and the lion with the male lion and female lion, whatever, then I too need a mate too.
Right. I need a partner in crime. Like, I need somebody that's going to listen.
Is not going to do it.
Right. I need him to be like, you know what? Just grab my arm. Come on. Because she not finna act. You know, I need that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it comes down to, listen, money ain't, listen, I need him to be in tune and to know that when I put, he like, yeah, come on. Nah, we finna go ahead and get up out of here, because I'm not finna be dealing with. Or if I look at him a certain way, he already know, like, you know what, she finna talk the left side of my ear off.
So and I'm not finna just go ahead and just, come on, let's go to sleep.
Right. So yeah, so that's what you need him for. You know, your companion, your role. Like, we should be able to look at somebody and
like,
we finna start talking. We finna just, come on, let's leave out of here, because we gonna get jumped.
Exactly, because you about to start. I can see it in your face. Right,
we finna talk
that you about to start.
That's what you need them for. It's not, you know, that companionship, that camaraderie. You need all of that. You know,
exactly.
If somebody is you're balanced, that's your balance.
You need that person, like, because if you don't, you're gonna have the people that's gonna send you off. Your send off. So you already got your whole crew of send offs, but your mate, they're not going to send you off. The only way they're going to send you off because they trying to get rid of you. They're over you. But they not going to send you off. They like, no, boo, come on. No, today ain't the day that you want to go to jail, baby. We ain't even got the savings account ready. If you go to jail today, then I got to deplete the fund. No. Let's just go home. Bump them. I'm gonna give you some of this good loving, and we're gonna be all right.
And see, and you're a person with money. You need a mate that may not, you know, you may be one of them nice people that your whole family, every time you turn around, listen, little Lulu, she grew out the last pair of lug boots that you bought, so now she need another pair, and you just spin and just give it. Your partner, your husband, he gonna be like, listen,
what is wrong with you?
You buy one more pair of boots, but she just
try it.
I just bought her some boots. But she said she needs some pampers.
No,
she needs to get a job and stop having all.
There you go.
That's what you need. You need
gonna pull your coattail on that. She gonna pull your coattail on that.
Out there, he finna go buy another. What you buying another car for?
We got a car. You can only drive one at a time, baby.
Go out there, come with the doggone it, the Harley. Listen, okay. I understand that the midlife is coming up, but listen, we want you to make it through the midlife. We don't want you to go head on and crash out at the beginning of the midlife crisis. So can we, you know, just say it's all safe to say, listen, get your life together, but you need your wife to balance you out, y'all. It's a balance. So it shouldn't be a competition.
What do I need them for?
Be, you know, comparing apples and oranges. We need each other. It's like flat out, we need each other. And if you don't need another person, then you, my friend, are a rock. You are a stone. They don't need anybody. They don't need nothing. They just sit there and let mold and mildew and dogs come and poop and pee. That's what you are, my friend. You are a rock, and nobody cares about you. Like, you sitting there, but we don't care.
Mama's basement and start looking at the porn section, and then be getting a bottle of lotion, touching themselves. Ronald, what you doing in that basement? Nothing, Mom. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. That's what you're doing. I know the truth.
So we
Hey,
all
Suzette.
need somebody. So let's just stop throwing again the negative insults and the negativity and things of that nature and just start embracing the fact that we do need each other. And love from the right person is going to make us grow. You get that right mate, they're going to take you to you can only go to the next level. You're going to grow. You're not going to, because right now, if you single and you bitter and you posting stuff like that, you're bitter. You, my friend, are bitter and you need to go talk to somebody. It's like, okay, listen. Fellas, listen, I want y'all to call in. We're going to have y'all to call in tonight. 708-223-8953. I'm going to put on my psychic hat, my Miss Cleo hat tonight. If y'all want to chat and get some stuff off y'all chest, what can we do as women to help make the transition? Now, listen, I'm telling you now, if you're a crybaby and you're a whiner and you're a bitter male
and you know you're a crybaby because everybody be like, they be short on the phone with you. That's how you know you're a crybaby.
Well, they can't keep a man, and why? Because you're always, listen, you can't keep, have you ever thought about your mouth is why you ain't in a relationship? All that negative, listen, you don't like women. Everything about a woman everything about a woman just kills you. And it's not that you desire a man, you just, listen, something just wrong and you need to talk to somebody so they can help you, straighten it out up here. But if you guys want to call in tonight and talk to us, this is our last show for the year until January after the holidays. Call us 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953.
She said, if you are a crybaby, please. And you know what? No, if you are a crybaby, go ahead, call in. No, go ahead, because we're going to discuss about you after the show. And we're like, you know what, that mother.
Wait, no. Crying. How you crying? How you complaining about baby mamas, but you ain't got no kids?
I don't get that.
I don't understand. Like, how does that conversation, how do you even participate in that type of argument? Like, yeah, all these kids, they come with all these baby mamas and they, how many kids do you have?
How you complaining?
What that got to do? Listen, you can easily avoid, that whole situation. Just listen, you find out she got kids and that's not your cup of tea.
Walk away.
You listen.
Walk away.
Right, you free to go.
But see, they want to say, well, he wants some of that cuckoo.
Right. Then he gets stuck up in that. Now you'll be in the next situation and the next hot topic. And we've talked about this, but it keeps coming up. So we got to talk about it again because this is what you all are talking about. When you're going out with a man, is he entitled? Is he obligated to bring food for your kids? He coming to your house to pick you up for a date. Is he obligated to bring food for your kids? Because let me tell you, some of them, they just, listen, this was a 50-50. They were up in, baby, they had this group turned out. I knew that the social media was going to pull this post because, baby, they was going in on this post.
Really?
What do you all think? A man, they're dating. They're going on a date. He goes to the woman's house and he picks her up. Is he obligated to bring some food for her children? Why or why not? So, like, E, for you, in your opinion, what do you think? Is he obligated to bring food? He's coming to pick her up for the date. Is he obligated to bring food?
No, he's not. But this is where my disclaimer is. If you want to pick me up and you know that I have little children, because I don't, though, I'm putting it out there now. I don't have any little children. But if I did and you want to take me out on a date, then I feel that you're at least obligated to say, you know what? Find a babysitter, I'll pay for it. But you're not obligated to bring, you can to try to butter them up, but children see through bull. They be like, I know you just want my mama coochie. I know what you want. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this $5 you're giving me. I'm going to take this McDonald's Happy Meal and stuff that you're giving me because I like it. And thank you. But you ain't my daddy. And see, that's the stuff that I don't do. Like, when I've dated a guy, whatever, they've not met my children, I've made mention about my children, yes, but you've not walked up in the house and said, I'm your new daddy.
Big
Here go your
daddy.
food. Like, nah, it's not gonna happen. No,
Call me Big Daddy. Are you my daddy?
No, you're not. So what you
But
you
hey,
think?
how you doing, Latasha? We got Latasha checking in. Hey, BL Mac. Hey, my sister Leanna. She's watching. Damien, he's saying you doing a podcast now. I'm
Yes,
not
David.
sure. Okay.
That's my coworker. Hey, David.
Hey, pretty Barbie. How you doing? Happy holidays to you. Hey, my friend Cortez. Andrea, how you doing? Cortez, he's saying, no, he's not obligated. Stop it. He said, personally, I would, but he's not obligated, though. Absolutely. And I'm going to jump on after Cortez. I definitely think he's not obligated whatsoever. These my babies. That's my responsibility. And like you said, E, you're not even gonna if you come into my house to pick me up, you're not gonna see my kids. You're just not gonna see them. Why am I saying kids? Maybe I got a couple out there that I don't know
You got
about.
some babies.
Right. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the other kids at? But you're not gonna see them. You ain't gonna see them.
You went to that chop shop?
Man, I go all the way up to I went to the top of the stairs, and on one of these public buildings, they ain't got no carpet. It just fall down the stairs, and that you like have a little cramp here, then you go to the bathroom, like, oh, okay, there was successful, save yourself some money.
I lost my baby.
All right, we got it. But he's not obligated. So you're not meeting them. Ain't nobody trying to parade you and interview you for stepdaddy.
See, I like what Cortez says.
But it's a good gesture because to me, like if we talked about it, then I have a kid. If you're trying, so it says a lot though. It's like it says something without saying anything. Like if you never made mention or asked about that person's kids, to me, that says that you don't see a future for us as a whole. Because if he does not, if you never ask, like we're going on and on, and you don't even say, well, how's your kids doing? Or if I never ask how your kids doing, how your family doing, then that means I don't care about anything but what I'm trying to do.
But you know what? I don't want you to ask me how my children are, because I've had this one guy I talked to. He was like, oh, did we win the game? And I'm like, yeah, I ain't even met you. Like, they won the game, but I'm like,
but that shows that he was listening.
No, you coming too hard. You coming too hard. I just started talking to you. We ain't no we here. Did my son win the game? Then I'm like, cool, but you already included us into a whole little ready-made family, and that's not what I was trying to do right there. I was trying to, I'm at the point in my life now. I don't have to find them a daddy. They grown. They don't need a daddy. The baby boy, it was with his daddy. They grown. I want me a man for me now. I can say this. So when dude was like, "Oh, did we win the game?" Guess what? We won the block in this game.
That's kind of creepy.
That's the game we won. We won right to the block. I was like, yeah, nah. What's Chuck Cortez says? I like what he said. FYI, it's kind of too early to be meeting the children anyway. And that's how I feel. It's too early. Like, you're not gonna meet my children. Like, they've never met a first date dude. Like, who? They don't. My children. And like I keep saying, that they're grown, but they only know that in their mind, I've only dated 5 guys. Mm-hmm. That's all they have ever, seen. They've seen, I'll take them back 6. They saw one guy come to my house and pick me up and bring me back, but as far as like me in the dating realm and them meeting someone, the 5 that they've met, they've had a relationship with. This has been throughout their lifespan or whatever, but people that I dated, whatever, that's not my children's business. I don't show my children my filth. That's how I look at it. Like, if I'm going to go screw somebody, whatever, it ain't my children's business. And when people do that, period, whether you're a guy or a female, and you parade females all in and out your children's life, or you parade dudes all in and out your children's life, they look at that. And that kind of molds their idea of, oh, okay, it's okay for me to bring people back and forth and stuff. I don't do that. And then when stuff happens, and stuff could not happen, but then when your child gets a little older and you wonder why they sleep around with Tom, Dick, and Harry and Sheila and the rest of everybody else, because you paraded all these thoughts and tramps and wannabe thugs and everybody else around their lives.
Absolutely. And it definitely, like you said, it sets a tone for how they're going to date. But again, just to piggyback on the question, is a man entitled? Is he obligated to bring food for a woman's kids that he is going out on a date with or that he is dating? Is he obligated? Absolutely not. You're not obligated to do anything. You're obligated to just it be me and you. But again, it's just a good gesture, like even an
It's,
offer,
yes,
like,
the
and I
offer.
definitely would decline it. I
Exactly,
definitely
but
would
the
decline it
offer is
because
nice,
I got this locked over here. Like, I don't want you coming in thinking that, oh, I'm trying to get a daddy or a step. It's not that, because we
No.
don't even know if we gonna like each other. First,
Exactly. We don't
we
even
don't
know what
even
it's gonna
know.
do. Be thankful
I
that we got to
may
the point that we doing the first date routine.
right, because I may end up taking a ride share back home, because that's just how bad you got on my nerves at the
Hello?
doggone restaurant. So so let's just ease in and see how this is gonna go.
We got
It's a good gesture, but again, it's
LG
definitely,
just
you're not obligated. What is he saying? What are they
LG
saying
just
on?
said, where the heck is the child's father? Clearly they're not together, so the child's father's not in the household.
And even if they could be in the household, they could have just came back from the father's house. So does that mean that
You
the
don't
kids
need to
ain't
bring
eating?
me
So
no-
you don't even
you just bring-
know what the
don't-
situation is. So it's like they could have 50-50 custody.
Hey, LG,
So it's her weekend. So just because they're not physically together, you can't assume that the father is not in the kid's life. So that's a big misconception that a lot of these dudes think, oh, she a single mother, she got all these kids, but the father is in the kid's life.
Yeah.
So you got a stand up dude, but the moment you see her with some kids, you thinking that ain't no father. You thinking that he ghost. No, he over there and they got him 50-50. You don't know the situation. And again, if that's a situation with a woman with kids that you don't have an appetite for, guess what? Push that plate back, get up from the table, and go have a seat with a woman that does not have any kids.
But you know what now? The new thing is, because of the whole COVID and coronavirus routine, the new thing is, if you've not been vaccinated, don't talk to me. And I was like,
wow. So it's just like,
I see when I saw that, because y'all know I frequent the dating sites and stuff. I just can't help. I'm addicted to the dating sites.
Wow.
And when the dude put up his whole profile, but if you've not been vaccinated, I'm like, perfect. Let me go ahead and put you on the block. Because no, I'm not been vaccinated. I'm not going to get vaccinated.
Right.
This is what it is. Oh well. And I'm like, dude, what? But yeah, I've seen a lot.
I came with listen, I am not with none of this. I don't have time for these dating sites and all of this.
I'm paranoid to even kiss guys now. Like I'm paranoid. Like when that whole thing took place last year.
Yeah.
And I still frequent the dating site last year. And then the guy was like, why don't you come by? This was just when the quarantine when they shut the world down. Literally. We had just made it back in time in Illinois, and they had shut everything down. I'm not coming over your house. I'm paranoid. People is dropping dead, and you want me to come over? I don't know what you got. I don't even want to kiss nobody. So I'm like, bump the cooties. I don't want to die.
It's so
like,
crazy.
no.
And we're still living right in that. So it's just like with that vaccine, I'm like, that's just like religion and politics to me. You have your own belief against it. So it's like you respect it or you don't, but you ain't gotta deal with it. What is Cortez
saying? Real rap, my boys have been around 3 women. That's it. And my daughter, she's so nosy, it might be more. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't bring everybody around your children. And I know females, listen, you really want a father for your children. I get all of that. But it's better that they have a good mother than seeing random men come in and out your house, because they're going to see all of that. I don't care if all your dang babies got different daddies and stuff. I don't care. But don't keep parading men in and out and stuff of your house. And then you wonder why your sons treat women like crap, or your daughter's got a whole slew of baby daddies and stuff and treat, men like crap, because they seeing, all this stuff, and you just want to date this person. You don't even think it's going to last, whatever, but you done introduced them to your baby, your son, your family, the whole nine. And in your mind, you may want this to last, but let's be real. You don't know if it's going to last. Everything is not guaranteed. The only thing that's guaranteed is you're born, you're going to die. That's it. Whether or not the relationship is going to last, it's not guaranteed. So don't parade them around. Get to know them first, whatever. Then if you feel that, you know what, hey, this is going somewhere, if you feel, and this got to take a minute, not in the first 30 days, yeah, this is the one. This is my soulmate. Even the times that I've said, oh, I'm in love because of this heifer. I don't want to call you heifer, but you know.
No, do not blame. I am not taking the blame. I'm not taking the fall for that anymore.
Even, yeah, you are. But even when I thought that I was in love with this person, that person still have never met my children till this day. He's not even spoke to them on the phone because I can't do that.
See, and it's like, because again, it goes back to the kids. They develop their own relationships. You start bringing them around all these different dudes or these different women, and listen, they may like one, and then you start, y'all fall out. Now they got to break up with them. So and then nobody talks to the kids about the breakup. You just think that it's supposed to be okay with them. Whatever is the red dog don't come around no more, but listen, you got them. Your son was happy going to play basketball with him every Saturday. So now that stopped, and you don't sit down and even think to have a conversation with him. Children. Or your daughter, she was so used to going out, with Lucy, taking her to get their nails done on Saturday. They bonding that way. That's a bond. Mm-hmm. Now they're done, and you don't explain to them why Lucy ain't coming around no more to take her to get her nails done. We're not explaining it as we just expecting them to just bounce back. Listen, if you don't even as an adult understand it, or you having a hard time getting over it, imagine how your kid is having a hard time getting over it. And yeah, although their biological parents may still be there, it doesn't negate the fact that, listen, they fell in love with this man like you did. They fell in love with this woman like you did. So you have to let them grieve and go through the breakup process of that person as well, and have a conversation with them. I know I had to have a conversation with my son when I was about to get married, and I called it off. I had to have a conversation with my son because I had the conversation letting him know somebody was coming into it. Listen, I got to let them know, listen, we got to have an exit conversation because it's not fair. That's a huge uproot.
But Cortez said, nah, when we done, my kids is done. But you gotta still talk to them.
You gotta still have that conversation with them.
If you don't, and I've dealt with that. I dated somebody, and every week his children were at my house, and I'm making dinner. We're having family dinners every week, every Wednesday. And he never had that conversation with the children that it's a wrap. And when I saw that, he didn't even have the conversation with me that it was a wrap. I was like, I saw you fade to black, no problem. I can fade to black real quick too. I could go ahead and add you to that little good old block list. And I had to talk with my son, like, you know what, baby, we're not gonna do this anymore because clearly he's on whatever he's on, but I'm good on all that. And he was like, okay, he was cool with it. It was someone that he knew that I was dating or whatever. And so the guy's children came up to me one day when I was picking my son up from school or whatever. It was like, man, mom, they still call me mom. When you cooking? Because I really want to come over. Can we come over for dinner? I said, that's between you and your daddy. And it was like, what? You got to talk to your dad about that. I don't care if you come over. I'll cook with no problem. Your food is in the car. But I have no problem with cooking, and especially for the children. My babies know I will cook for them. But your father should have talked to you that we're not doing Wednesday dinners no more. Why? Because I'm an asshole. And but it is what it is. And it was like, they used to love hanging out at my house, because if you hang out at my house, the whole downstairs is y'all's. I don't care. Knock yourselves out. Play with video games. Do whatever you want to do downstairs. I'm going to cook, and y'all can just knock yourselves out, or I'm going to take y'all out to eat or whatever. And they were even shocked when I took them out to eat. And I was like, get what you want. And they was like, what? Like, we not stuck to a certain part of the menu? And my baby boy was like, what? No, dude, get what you want. My mama don't play them games. She taking us out. That means you can do whatever. If you want to order 2 or 3 meals, go ahead and get what you want. That's what she do. And he was like, wow, my dad don't do that. We have to stick to a certain part. So now he was a tightwad as well.
Well, listen, if I'm taking you out, you're sticking to a certain, that's Auntie Edra over there. I'm sticking, listen,
Dad
I'm like,
love the children. Trick Daddy love the kids.
I got my little mini me, my sidekick. Hey. She told me, I don't eat off the kids menu. Uh, if somebody don't get this little adult right here telling me she,
let
you
them
know,
get
and I
what they
did,
want.
you know, cause she. And I know she probably watching too. She got, you know, she be having me wrapped around her. But I'm gonna put my foot down
No,
in the
she
new
not.
year, and I'm gonna tell you know what you on the listen. You in second grade, you still eat off the kids
No,
menu,
son, when we go
right?
out,
You
when we
gonna
go out with you, and baby, you gonna get whatever you want. I believe it.
I don't eat
Like
off the I
we
don't eat off the
don't
kids
go, when we
menu.
go out to eat. Like go ahead, and knock yourselves out. They
Not
can,
me.
and my crew know. Listen, we go, y'all. They'll order. I could care less. I don't want you to order a burger if we're at a a nice restaurant. Don't do that. Order something different. That's my thing. And then they've gotten so accustomed with that. So now when they see a menu, they be like, yeah, and they don't even look at the price. Them things they would probably order filet mignon if they knew, but then I'd be like,
Right. I'm like, listen, you must be about to be back there washing some dishes. You sit up here, act like this ain't going on my credit card if you want to. Act like you don't get the you better find yourself. But you're not obligated. And for
no, we
those
not.
that don't, again, I'm not telling anybody that you let's just make this out, put this out here, and we're gonna settle this for 2021 because 2022 we ain't gonna talk about it no more. I know they're gonna keep on mentioning it. But listen, if you are a dude without any kids, you have the right to want to date a woman without kids. Just don't sniff my way because I'm a party of one. You know what I'm saying? So I come
You don't
already.
even have a child.
Right.
He's grown. You having a whole adult.
Right, but some dudes still consider, listen, they still can listen. You got some kids, they still consider that. So I'm a party of one because if my son need me, I'm there.
And that goes in like to all relationships, whether you a dude, whether you two women,
Your
whether you two
kids, if
guys.
they're gonna a real parent, your
I'm a
kid, if you
parent.
got kids, it don't matter how old they are, you're gonna always be available. But what I'm saying, if you don't have a kid, me as being a woman that has kids, I'm not offended if
She
a
said
man
has
said,
kids.
well,
She ain't got nothing. They have kids.
well, I haven't have had a child, have given birth, popped outlets. I popped out. You know, I really didn't pop him out. He was so small. He like slid on out. You know, I burped and he was here. That's just how small he was. Like he was a little fat. He was just a little he let me stop because he always saying that I be, talking to, I be doing too much,
That's
my
my
son.
baby.
But he done graduated from college, so now I can talk about it.
That's my
But
baby.
he was about 5 pounds and some change, so he slid right on out, but I'm not offended if you say that I don't deal with women that got kids. I'm gonna get on up. I'm gonna take these thick thighs and go head on
Thick
somewhere
thighs save
else.
lives. That's what I'm saying. Thick thighs
I'm gonna
save
go
lives.
somewhere
That's what they
else.
say.
And guess what? I'm not mad at you. I'm not bashing you because I'm not your cup of coffee. It's okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. So be okay with if, the vice versa. Now listen, you're putting all these isms and things out there, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Some of you dudes, some people, period. Like some women don't date men that have kids. You could be missing out on your greatest blessing.
I don't give two rats. I don't want to date.
No, I'm saying if you find these people don't have no kids, you never know. This woman kid can love you like it's your biological
Yeah.
kids, especially when these kids done been brought up with you from birth to, and you don't have your own kids and you get sick. Who calling and checking on you? That kid that remember what you did for them when they was little. That's who gonna check on you
I
raggedy
do that.
behind.
My dad, I have like two dads, which I love. My biological father is deceased, and then I have my daddy in Georgia, Elmore, and that's my heart. And he only has one child, and unfortunately, his biological child has been locked up since I think I was like 9 years old or whatever. But he was a little demon anyway. But either way, like when I got back acquainted with him, I call him. Like I went down to go visit him for Father's Day because I love this man. And though he's my stepfather, I love this man because he always like he would do stuff with us. I remember my mother got sick and stuff, and he was trying, she had to go to the hospital. And he had three girls, me and my two sisters, and he was trying to do our hair, and he knotted all our hair up because he was plaiting it. So he put all these knots in our hair. But he got us to school on time. He made sure we was clean. He fed us and stuff. He tried to do our hair the best he could. Hey, he did it, and that was our daddy. Like, I love that man.
And see, I come from a big family, so it's just a lot of people and a lot of kids. Some of these kids, I don't even ask who they are. I'm Auntie Jamala because it's so many of them. I don't listen. I could be your cousin. I could be your auntie for real. I could be your, I don't know. But I come from a huge family, so we just listen. We embrace kids. It's kids that people in my family, they done talked to them long ago when they was little teenagers in high school. Now they kids grown. We still being called auntie because that's the type of environment, that's the type of family that I come from. Like, I don't know anybody in my family that has turned away any kids, any dudes, we got a big family. Like, we come from a big family. So if she came with a kid, go put them over there with the rest of them. Listen, we got a whole bunch of collector's items over there. There's a whole bunch of them over. It's just a whole bunch of them. Just all through all the generations in my family, it's just a whole lot of kids. It's a whole lot of kids. And my people in my age generation, they done went on ahead, a whole bunch of kids. Now they having kids. It's just a lot of people. It's a lot of kids. So what I'm saying is, I'm not, I'm not offended by, I don't do women with kids. Okay.
Well, you ain't want to be in this family then.
I'm like, okay. Because it's okay. So please, dudes, stop thinking that she mad because you don't want to talk to her because she got kids or because she a baby mama, which I hate that term. I'm an unwed mother, okay? I don't like the baby mama term. I'm an unwed mother, okay? That's my category. You put the baby mamas over there. I'm an unwed mother, okay? I'm an unwed mother.
I told my son's father that, you know what? I'm actually glad that I had a baby by my high school sweetheart. He was like, that's the sweetest thing you have ever said to me, ever, E. I'm like, yeah.
Like I said, these people, they just grow up to be dope people if you put the right things in them. But just like with women, if she decides not to date a man that has kids, it's your priority, it's your prerogative. But here's the deal: stop getting with people that have kids and it's a deal breaker for you. Stop getting with these people because it's not gonna change. You're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy because you dislike the fact that they have kids and you don't have kids. So now you feel like your resources are, I'm not going to sit up here and be taking care of another end kids and this and that. Then don't go behind door number 2. That's where the unwed mothers are. Stick to door number 1. Now listen, granted, there may be only a couple, 2 or 3 in door number 1. And all the rest of them may be under door number 2. But, you still have the option. It's not it's so crazy because we put these negative stigmas out there like, yeah, it's just black women. There's something wrong with black women. They the only ones that got all of these kids out of wedlock and stuff.
It's every color of female that has children.
But I want to say this. I said, you know what? So you think that black women are just having babies out of wedlock just because? So there's no underlying issue. There's nothing else. They're just out there having all these kids out of wedlock because they don't have any morals or they don't have any standards or they don't desire to have more. I said, but I challenge you to talk to them. See how many of them have been abused. See how many of them have been molested. See how many of them been raped before they was age 9 or 10. Find out what the story is. Don't just sit up here and, they got all these kids and they ain't. No. We want to just look at the outer situation, but we're not digging deep. You're just looking at the surface. She got all these kids. Why? Why? It's not because she wants to. 9 times out of 10, I would say 8 out of 10, it's some issues that done happened before that caused, all these kids and multiple kids and things of that nature. It ain't just because she just wanted to go out there and pop and have some kids. So let's just do, let's just be mindful on the bashing and the beating.
To dig deep, that means that you have to be genuinely interested in this person.
And I don't think that they are.
And not just interested in just getting you a little piece of it.
Right. They're not. It's just like you just want what you want and you want to say what you want and you want to make these blanket statements and you want to think this way and you're entitled to do that. Like, I totally support people's right to think and feel however you want to. Just don't bring innocent people into the fold. Like, if you meet a guy, he got kids and he got too many baby mamas and that's a turnoff for you, don't date him.
It is for me.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty Barbie says, I will talk to someone that has kids as long as they don't have too many small kids, and if they have just one kid, that is fine with me. Like, I can do the one, but I'm funny. Like, I can't do, even if they have one, if that one is under the age of mine, because I'm like,
I understand.
Mine is out, he away at boarding school, but when he come back, he gone in 2 more years. He decided to reclassify, but he gone in 2 more years. So I don't want to play this routine like, okay, let me start all over again with the little, all right. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to, let's go on a trip and I ain't got to think about your little baby that you got to get this weekend because, this little baby and little baby need whatever. No, I don't want to do that.
And some of you all may think that that's a hypocritical statement. So if y'all want to talk to us about your issues of dating women with kids or men with kids, feel free to call us 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into as we prepare to wrap up the show for the year. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time.
I get so lonely, can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. You don't ever wanna spend some time. I want your love in every drop of a dime. You see me calling, you should come running. Quit all that stalling, my body's calling. I got downtime, out of time. This could be so perfect for one hell of a night. Think you got a secret ease, Henny Coke in my cup. I just wanna slow this on you, baby, we can turn it up. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone, cause I get so lonely. Can't let no anybody love me. You are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. Lately your love has been on my mind. Obviously busy, I wanna unwind, fantasizing, thinking about you. Imagine all I could. Anticipating is about to go down. I get so lonely. Don't leave me waiting up for you. I get so lonely. You had your chance, no second chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone, cause I get so
Oh, shoot.
I gotta get the
Go
child.
back and get the baby. Come on. Get the baby. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on IntellectualRadio.com. We are an iHeart station.
Yes.
I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simpler E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Good. We have approached the end of the year.
Yes.
2021. Good Lord, this has been a year. What a year. What a year.
Go like this.
What a year. Oh, wait a minute. Bang, bang, bang. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop. Shimmy,
Cocoa
shimmy,
Pop.
pop.
Don't make that
Oh,
face.
it don't pop this time, girl. Wait a minute. It don't pop.
Get your little,
I got the good bra on
I
today.
see you got a little booby stick. I don't show it off. It's okay.
Yeah, that means I need a detox. And whenever they get the
You
moving,
need a dude.
that means whenever they get the moving, that means
need
that's
a
what I
dude.
promise you. When I drop my winter weight, I'm like, you're gonna be like, God, dog, they
She
was
ain't got
moving
no
at first.
boobs. You
know,
gotta have some boobs for your birthday.
Well, this is true. But guys, listen, we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Definitely sending congratulations to my son all night long. Amir Dale graduated from NIU class of 2021.
Woo, woo.
Please do me a favor, go to his page, like his page. Also place your order. Dale Wear Inc. He has his long sleeve shirts, also his hoodies. Now that he is done with school, he is going to be launching more products. So please stay tuned. That's Dale Wear Inc. Use reference code J. That's JAYE. We're also being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are a sponsor. 2-bedroom luxurious condo right next to the United Center.
That's
I mean, you
right.
can just bankhead bounce and you'll be right in the parking lot.
You just said bankhead bounce.
You can bankhead or electric slide.
Bankhead bounce.
Right into you know, listen, they said you can even twerk. But see, you can't get caught up in that twerk, because if you twerk, you may miss it. That's just how close we are to it. So do me a favor, go to their page. We have their link posted in our comment section. Book it, check it out, just like it. Use reference code J for that as well. And that's JAYE. Guys, if y'all want to talk to us tonight, wish us a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is our last show. We're wrapping up for the year. We will be back first Thursday in January. Call us 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. Listen, would you ever get a tattoo of somebody's name, a dude's name, covering your whole thigh? Just this dude's name. Fellas, how do you feel about dating women that have other men's names on them? Especially like if you was to, traveling to South Virginia and you see David.
Craig ain't here. David was here too. Jacob came from the back.
And
now it's you.
You got Lance, and then there's an arrow sticking down, going down her butt.
There go Timothy.
How would you guys feel about that? Would you have a problem with being intimate with a woman and she has another man's name or men names on them, especially in private, intimate? I mean, like I said, she just got found. She even got the year, Lex 2023. Wait a minute, what? Forever yours, Big Mike, and all this. Wait a minute.
1998.
How would you guys feel? Do you guys have a problem with, dating a woman that has tattoos of a men's names on intimate parts of their body?
I think you better call Tyrone.
He ain't here no more.
Tyson said they could cover it up. We get married. If we get married, okay, Tyson.
He said, well, my brand is on a couple of people, so Merry Christmas to you as well,
Merry Christmas, Tyson killed it back here.
Killer Mike, Killer Tyson back here.
You got a lot to follow up behind.
Look, that KO Tyson knocking it out.
That's what you gotta say. You better put a knockout on it because you know I knocked you out, girl. Well, quit playing. Okay, put knockout on that tattoo, please, because he did put a little punch routine up on it because he did that. He did that.
Put him to sleep.
Right?
Right. See, so
and then the next dude, here come Craig. Why is this knockout? Why is this sleep right here? Don't even worry about it. It's just, something that I just like. Why I say Tyson? Don't even, because Mike Tyson, he knocked people out. Come on.
woo.
You know how it is.
But it's so, I don't know, like, I've only dated one guy that had somebody's name on them, and it bothered me because, like, and it wasn't even in an intimate area, but I'm just like, I don't know, it just bothered me. Like, I didn't like it at all. So I know that would be a turn off for me. I'm gonna be honest, that would be a turn off for me.
I've never dated a guy with like the whole body tattoo thing now was like the new thing for all these guys and stuff. I've never dated a guy with all those tattoos and stuff. Like, I won't date a guy with tattoos on his face, and I'll like the whole routine, like, because I don't want to see you got Sheila's name up on your face.
Right. I just don't want to see. I got one dude's name on me. That's my son. And I said, well, you know what? I always said to myself, if I had some more kids, I was just going to have to get this tattoo removed because I'm not putting none of these other little jokers. Listen, I'm not putting nobody else's name. So to make it all fair and love and war, I'm just going to walk around with a big old sky. Wow, your arm look like that, Mom. Because, before you was even thought about, while you was just some calcium in your father's,
sort of looking for a spot.
You hadn't even made your way and fertilized an egg. So this happened way, way back yonder. But I said, to be fair, because I'm not putting your name on me, and I don't want you to think that I love this one more than I love you, because right now I really don't too much care for neither one of y'all. But, so that was always the conversation that I was planning on having. But I'm not doing these tattoos, these huge, disgusting of people names, like dudes' name. I am not doing it. Like a dude, we're dating, and you think I'm gonna put your name? Why? I'm just not doing it. I'm not interested in doing it. And again, like I said, just being a woman that was to date, like if it was like his ex-wife and his wife, but she done passed away. I still I'm still feeling some type. You got to be respectful for it, but I'm just like, okay.
No, because then while you up here, you just getting it. And he probably got it in a specialized neon.
You got Tracy name, right? You got Tracy
and now you
with
see
the prayer hands
right
here.
Off,
I'm just like,
and it's glowing in the dark on his chest. I'm like, Tracy.
So as I'm sending you into convulsions, I see Tracy.
And then you look down, it's Tracy, and then you like, you done killed the whole mood.
I'm like, I'm going. Like, where you going? If you don't do something with this tattoo, you gonna be joining Tracy. You keep on playing me up in here. You gonna be joining her. Like, wait, what? He looking all confused, like, he's still in a state of ecstasy. He just like, and he was right in the middle of that, and you finished. You like, no, I'm done, fam. I'm not even about to even do this. So
I'm not about that.
No, those are just. All I can say is, like, if you married them, then, y'all got a tattoo, but my thing is this will be both ways, because I'm not about to be the only one with the dump stamp. So if you want me to get your name on me, you got to get my name on you. That's the only way I'm going to do it.
Let me get it in like hieroglyphics, that way, if I'm going to do it, let me get it in something that ain't nobody can read this stuff. And then that way it look really cool and stuff. And they be like, oh, that is so dope. What does that mean? I am the light.
People saw it.
Right? Because everybody now can read the little Asian print. They know, wait a minute, that don't say peace. That say you an idiot. I'm like, oh, no, they told me. No, idiot. I read Chinese. That's what they say.
Like,
so I don't want to do that.
Done sent me off.
So I don't even want it. Like, I got to get one last one for my baby boy. And I was going to get like a whole was trying to be bold
Right,
enough
so
to
see,
do-
you got to do the makeup. See, because you got Naeem and Noni name.
I got
See,
both
now
of
you
them.
yep. See,
I
told you,
got
I
two
just
cowrie
came off of
shells
that.
for each of them, and then, but I have real bad nerves, so it's really irritating to do the tattoo because they go back and forth. It's irritating as all get out for me. So, but I have to do one for my baby boy, and I was like, I'm gonna get an unk, and then like on the unk, I'm gonna have my children around the unk, and I was like, man, in the yin yang in the eye of the unk, don't y'all steal my idea either, and I'm gonna have my children right there, and I was like, wait, that's a lot. And you
That's
gonna
gonna
be
hurt.
irritated.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't want to even bother with the hurt because I got some fat to protect her, And I'm working on my hot girl summer for 2022, so I done lost,
Oh,
40
jeez.
pounds and everything. So I'm like, I'm gonna be good to go. But it's just the irritating of the all.
And then they got to color it. Oh,
Like,
I'm good on it. No, I'm good on the tattoos. I have done my
Jay.
fair share,
let's
and
get the J spot. I can't get the J spot.
no, sir, no. I love my logo. I'm gonna get it
can
on.
be seen right there.
No, ma'am. I'm gonna
can't
get
see
it.
that
I'm gonna
little
get it
logo
put.
right there?
I'm gonna get it put on a coffee mug. I'm gonna get it put on a pen. I'm gonna get it put on a
you.
hat. Keep it on the t-shirts. But I'm not putting that on my listen.
You get the J spot. I'm gonna get
Listen, the little dude that done did listen with the crackhead pen and all that. Listen, so I don't even have the pleasure of even have. I don't even know what it feels like to go to a real tattoo shop because I had the one everybody off the west
party.
Nope.
Oh, you went at a party?
Nope. Anybody off the west side, I don't want to say his name, but anybody on the west side that went to get the tattoo, the street tattoo, they know who I'm talking about. Fam had that made, huh?
When did you get it done?
Oh my Lord, 90 something.
Oh, okay.
That was back in the,
on the west side.
And R. Kelly, the ghetto queen, Faye Island, all that cruise. Listen, shout out to Crucial Conflict, Twista, all them. That west, that west side behavior. Look, all that craziness. But yeah, he had the little pen. It was a gun. I'm telling you, it was a pen and a battery and some doggone some type of wires. And he went and bought the needle. So you go and get the real sewing needle. So he like, bring your own needle and bring their own alcohol. And then it said, how you gonna be dumb and just let them sit up there and just scraping your skin? But that was my dummy and just sitting up there, just like, yep. You're like, ooh, he just take it, rub that alcohol on. I'm like, you're not done yet. No, and then use a real ink pen just to tracing it out. I'm like, I look back at this, I said, Lord God, have mercy on babies and clowns. Because I'm telling you, if you willingly sit your dummy end up there and let somebody do a tattoo on your dummy end with that doggone pen, this is a pen and a sewing needle. Yo, dummy and a battery.
That's that gel.
That's the west side. I don't even have a real tattoo. The one on my chest is a west side special. Dummy and like, can you say how dumb can you be? Like, again, I tell people all the time, I don't need to talk about nobody else. I done did enough dumb stuff to tell you not to be dumb all your dumb life.
They be judging me. They be judging me because, I just be saying some wild stuff on the show. But I didn't do that. I went to a party.
No,
a tattoo artist.
No, I willingly walked my dummy end over there, paid the $10 dummy end to get a dumb tattoo. And then, like I said, now 20-some years later, it started off as a little bear, and now it's a big koala bear. So listen. You all young folks, when your parents tell you some things, like I say, I tell my son, I say, listen, I always be honest with him. Look, I'm going to tell you like this. I didn't believe in pretty and stuff up because sometimes if you just tell people the brutal, honest truth, if you want to carry your dummy end out there and do it, then carry your dummy end out there and do it. But I'm going to tell you, listen, you got to use a little bit better judgment than your mama. Because I tell them all the time, listen, your mama struggled at a young age. I didn't get it right until they told me I was going to be responsible for somebody else. Then I was just like, so I just had a brief time where I could have got crazy, but see, I got knocked up too quick. And so I had to get knocked up. Because, the wires up here, it was a couple of them dangling. Like I said, at the beginning, that elevator did not always go. It would just be stuck between the basement and the first floor. Listen, I was raised right. My people taught me right. Listen, you just do some dumb stuff and you just, like Fred used to say, you big dummy. And that's some of the time that's just where I fell at, So charge it to my head and not to my heart, because eventually I did get it together. But listen, keep these folks' names off of you. Listen, don't be getting all these. Listen, if you in a 40s club, I ain't got no time. They make me want to go get it. No, don't go get a tattoo, because I'm finna tell you, I'm getting one for my 40th birthday. Listen, by the time you 42, it's gonna change. Matter of fact, by the time you're 40 and a half, by the time 6 months done lapsed and you done gained a couple of pounds, the little rose that you have is now a whole garden. So be mindful, because you don't want to make yourself getting all depressed and stuff, because you like, man, I done gained all of this doggone weight. Listen, so stay away from the tattoos. You done missed that. Listen, that ship has sailed. Okay, keep these folks' names from being tattooed on you, and we'll all live happily ever after. But yeah, just listen, just look, just write a sweet love letter to yourself. Just text yourself some, but keep these folks' names, because trust me, you're gonna have buyer's remorse when the thing get old. You're gonna be like, dang, and then don't hate them either. So now you going to wash up, and you can't. Every time you look between your thighs, you see David and Lester, and now it done spread it all the way, because them thighs done spread it. So now it's not a good look. I'm telling you, it's not a good look. But do what you will what you want, however you want to, knock yourself out. But guys, listen, as we approach the end of the year, the holidays, New Year's, and things of that nature, if you're single, are you afraid to spend New Year's Eve alone? I mean, do you get depressed if you're ringing in the New Year's alone? If you're ringing in the holidays alone, do you get depressed? Are you depressed because you're going into a New Year single? How do you do that? What are your thoughts as being single? If you're single and you're walking into the New Year, are you walking into the New Year? You running into the New Year, or you kind of treading into the New Year like, yeah, I don't know. Like, how are you? Which stage are you, and why? And how are you going to deal with that? Where are you at? Are you trudging? Are you running? Or are you sliding into the new year, being single?
I don't want to be in the new year cuddling up to my pillows. I did that last year. Last year I was sleep. I made it, I think I went to bed like at 10 something. I cooked for the children and then made some edibles for people and stuff, and I went to sleep. I don't want to do that.
Oh, you don't?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I want to cuddle up next to a man with a penis that I'm very happy with in size.
It's 2 weeks though.
That I had to find
gotta-
it. I'm on that site like looking like, but I mean, and then I'm like, that's the downer. Like, I don't want to be in my house because it's 2 weeks and I ain't really known you, and then you'll see my son. So I don't want you to meet my child because you ain't, but I want to be up at his house, like, and then I want to arch my booty out, and then I fill it up on his winky wonk, and then his winky wonk come to knocking. You know how they go to tap it, and they'd be like, I'm woke, tap, and I'd be like, ooh,
good morning.
Hello.
Happy New Year.
Hello. And then I'd be like, okay. But then I'd be
you can
tramp.
ring my bell.
I know. But see, then I'd be a tramp because, we, like you said, you had to throw the dang sign like it's 2 weeks. And I ain't got no man yet. So if I do find a man today.
And I'm gonna be judging.
I know you're gonna judge me like after you just met him like right after the show. And now you done gave him something. I know I don't want to be a tramp for the new year. I wanna, if I'm gonna tramp it out, I wanna at least be like, okay, yeah, I done tramped it with him, but this is my man. We're in a relationship. So that kind of justifies the trampish ways, because I've been holding on to this kitty cat for a minute now. And she like, she's like, E, we need something that's gonna be substantial. Not no 4, not no 3, 2, or 1. Because those is tricks are for kids. So I don't want those little tricks no more. I need something that I can be like, duh, I got the ease upon it.
See, you know what?
I got the ease upon it.
This year, just going into, I'm looking forward to going into a peaceful new year, because this year has been really rough on my family. We definitely took a couple of L's this year, as far as losing some family members this year. So we definitely took a lot of, a couple of L's this year. So with that being said, it's just like it's hard for me to focus on being single because I'm like it's not a sad time for me. Like I'm not sad. I'm very very grateful. I've definitely started a lot of new ventures this year. My son graduated from college, and I know you guys are saying, well, that don't have nothing to do with you as far as you're being single or being lonely. Well, here's the thing I always like to remind people: there's a difference between being single and being lonely.
Yeah.
Single is one thing and lonely, and I'm very far from lonely. So with that being said, it's just like I'm honestly grateful because again, it's been so much stuff that has just happened in my immediate family that I have no choice but to be. I can't think of any other feeling to feel but gratefulness. So this year, I'm just not in position to be worried about if I'm ringing the New Year's in with a mate or if I'm gonna ring the New Year's in solo. Either way it goes, it's a win for me. So I'm just thankful to be able to ring the new year in, know that my family is being able to ring the new year in. Again, considering all the stuff that we've been through this year, I'm thankful. So again, just focus on what you have. And I know this can be a rough time for people because people get holiday blues, they get depressed, so much stuff, because we put so much emphasis on, oh, well, you gotta, that clock strikes midnight and you don't want to be alone. But listen, let's think about it like this. What about if you attach to somebody that you really want to leave in this current year? So think about it like that. You could be in a situation where, listen, man, if only I can if only I can break away from this person, if only I can be single. So just be thankful for where you are. I know it doesn't make it easy. Listen, sometimes you may not be able to listen to all of those holiday songs that, oh, all I want for Christmas is you. Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. All I want is for my stock to rise because I looked at that thing and it was all that red today. I was just like, well, God dog it. Let me tell you, so it's a whole lot of things that I want, but you would be good, or you would be good, but looking and seeing how all those numbers was down, I wasn't thinking about how to ring that in as a you. I'm trying to figure out how this thing is going to turn around. So it's just all about what you put into it and how you think about things. But if you want a relationship, then you got to actively get out there and look for one. You got to put yourself in position where you're meeting people. Like the, what is it?
I like the dating sites, but I try, when I go out to meet people, I don't go out to meet people. I don't. I've stopped that because I'm just like I don't. I'm paranoid with the COVID. Like it's funny. I work with a lot of people and stuff at my job, but I don't go out and socialize as far as like out to clubs and events, whatever. Because I'm like, everybody want to keep their mask off. I don't want you to cough. You hear somebody cough, you be like, wait a minute. I don't want to catch
Baby,
nothing.
that be ready. That's the fight right there. That's the fight. The club fight
Yeah,
starter right there.
I'm blessed that I've been around people who's been exposed to it, and it's funny because my friends will get it. I don't get it or whatever, so I'm very blessed on that aspect. But still, I don't want to do that. Good evening, Maurice.
Yes, that is so true. So, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into our topic tonight. Tonight, we're talking about less stressing and spending for the holidays, and we're 1 week away from Christmas. And here's the thing: some people, again, are at their wits' ends trying to find the perfect last minute gift. Here's the thing: there is no perfect gift. Stop stressing. It's not about overspending. Listen, we spend so much money this time of year, but you got to ask yourself, how much have you invested? How much have you saved? How is buying these little kids all these expensive toys and games, how is that going to help you? My son, he was just talking about me the other day because he was reminiscing on when he was growing up, his Christmases. So what I would do is when they used to send that doggone Toys R Us book out, I was never the one. I'm not gonna lie. He would get so excited and just go. He would go hurry up and finish his homework. Then he would come with his little marker and his pen, and he would sit at the table all night and he would look through that whole Toys R Us book. And then he will come to me, and as soon as I say, wait a minute, before you even do it, I'm gonna tell you like this: your mama ain't hoeing no more. Your mama work a job, so let me tell you, all this stuff in the front of this book. Yet listen, nope, we not even on that, fam. I got tuition because he's been in a private school since he was in third grade. So I've been paying tuition since third grade. So I'm like, yeah, no, we ain't doing that one right there. I'm not even going to sit up here and let you do that to yourself. Build that anticipation up from the end of November to, because back then they were starting Christmas. They start Christmas after Thanksgiving. We get to properly celebrate Halloween. You get to properly celebrate Thanksgiving. Back in the 90s, you got to properly celebrate everything. But now, as soon as it hit October, they getting you prepared for Christmas. So it's like, they done bypassed everything. But back in the 90s, that's what they was doing. So, 90s, early 2000s. So I was telling him, listen, we're not doing all that. Don't go over there. You got like 12,000 remote control cars, the big cars. First of all, where we gonna put that? Who? It's one of you. What you need the big Jeep for, the red Corvette? Hey, I'm not about to be worried about that. So I was never that type of parent to be doing all that type of stressful shopping. I looked at the stuff. He was a big music fan. He was a big wrestling fan. Man, back then, the burnout, listen, the bootleg CD, man, baby, let me tell you something. He got every movie that was on his list. Listen, he had the 6 for $30, the $5 holler for the bootleg. Man, you can get whatever you want, every movie you want. Got it. Now, listen, granted, the little CD, listen. He didn't care. You would think that he'd care because it didn't come in all the fancy cases. So what I would do is I buy one from the store and I'll put, had a little fancy case, the real wrestling case. But the other 30 of them, they were straight from the bootleg, man. I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to you. Bought him the whole little cover thing, his little music, all that came from this before all the streaming. For all you new folks out, your young folks, that's where we used to get our movies and our music from before, YouTube and all of this, iClouds and whatever music spot out. You had to buy from the bootleg man. Before Fire Stick and streaming, you bought it from the bootleg man. And he was a blessing. He was a financial. Listen, I used the same one, and he used to deliver it. Jay, I got them. Yeah, sure do. So every year. So listen, for years I always, I'm not
support
going
your
broke.
Small businesses.
I was not going broke. I didn't believe in all that because, again, we got bills to pay. I'm like, I got stuff to do outside of Christmas. So I'm like, I want you to have a nice. He always had a great Christmas. So I would get him some of the things that he wanted. But I watched him by January, the middle of January, whatever in his room that was still sitting to the side, baby, slowly but surely, I took all that stuff back and got my money back. Because I figured at that time, if he ain't opened it, then you don't want it. He's not going to tell me
he
that.
He was waiting to get to it.
No, I did this for about 6 years and he never noticed it until he got in high school. He never noticed that stuff had been taken back because you weren't thinking about it. One year he asked me, he was like, where's my, because it was some type of man. He was like, where's my thing at? I was like, boy, I took that thing. This was like probably in like June he had asked me. I'm like, dude, I been took that back. I got my money back from that. He was like, how you going to take the gift? You had it sitting around. I didn't think that you wanted it. So I sent it back. So for years, from third grade to high school, I used to take all of his stuff back. So don't let these kids, this is a secret. don't let these kids open all them presents up, because the stuff that they really like, that's the stuff that they gonna go and play with. The stuff that just still sitting around, they don't want it. They not gonna tell you they don't want it, but they gonna show you just by letting it sit there. So just go take it and take it back to the store after New Year's. Just take it back to the store. They ain't gonna miss it. They weren't playing with it no way. They ain't gonna miss it. I don't know. What you think about that? What you think?
I don't celebrate Christmas.
But
my
that's a good
mom's
way though,
birthday,
right?
it is, because I've done it, like when they were little, like they had before the third one got here was even a thought of. The first two they had, gotten to celebrate Christmas, and I've gotten them the whole little the little truck thing, the Jeep. They had a Jeep and all the little stuff that they wanted or whatever, and they got to experience that. And then after a while, I was like, okay, because I really didn't believe in it. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, but I will do stuff. My mom's birthday is Christmas. So I will always do something for my mom and stuff. And when she would get the children, she knew that they didn't celebrate Christmas. But I'm like, this is grandma. I'm gonna let her do whatever she wants to do because it's her birthday. That's how I looked at it, like, mom, knock yourself out. So she'll have them decorate the whole little tree and she'll go get them gifts. And I'm like, bump these children because all my children's birthdays are in December.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't get a Christmas gift. They would get their birthday gifts. Like my oldest son, his birthday is right after, the day after. And my daughter's is 4 days after that. And my baby boy is right in the beginning. So they're new for me. Like, we're not doing this, but I got your gift right here. The day after Christmas, I'm gonna give you a birthday gift. If your grandma got you something wrapped up, whatever, go enjoy it. Knock yourself out. We already understand what about Christmas, whatever. Knock yourself out, but it's grandma's birthday, so that's how I looked at it always. When I became an adult, that's how I always looked at it. Like, and I don't never, knock people for. This is what we like to do. Do you? I will come to your holiday party. I have no problem with coming to the party. If you get me a gift, hey, Merry Christmas, one. I'll get you a gift too. I don't care about all that. Like, it's never been me to be like, well, I don't believe in this and I'm not a miser. Everybody do what they want to do. I don't care. Like, you can give me a gift for Rosh Hashanah or some stuff. I ain't Jewish, but hey, if you giving out gifts, I'll collect one. Now, I may not, I may give you, I may not give you one. But that's my thing. So I've never had to go for broke. I always go for broke in December because it's my children's birthdays, or it's always my family, like 6 people out of my family, their birthdays in December. So I'm always screwed. I hate December because everybody's birthday is in December. I hate December. And I save up all year long because I know that I'm going broke in December because I got everybody's birthdays.
And that's what we want you guys to avoid. We want you guys to avoid stressing out and going broke because it's Christmas. Definitely. I mean, we know the time of year always comes. So it's just like my goal is to, like, man, while you're spending, make sure that you set something to the side where you investing. And then again, just shop and celebrate in moderation. It's like, in today's society, it's like we have to, everything is big, and just listen, stop teaching these people, your young folks and your kids, listen, all this materialism, because the older they get, you're not teaching them wealth principles. You're teaching them how to be in debt, because every little thing, like you gotta spend it. Go every year. You're getting a bigger flat screen TV. How many TVs you need? How many game systems? You got the game system last year, the year before that. Hey, I'm not gonna do this with y'all.
I've not done, like, somebody asked me, you got a smart TV? The 2 TVs I have, both of them, one is from a pawn shop that I got like in 2012 or whatever. And I think it's probably like from 2005 or some stuff, or 2006. And the other one came from like 2009, and they both work perfectly. And they're both, as long as they're the big screen, the flat TVs, I'm content. I don't need all the, touch, let me speak into the TV and you speak back to. I don't need all of that. I'm good on that. I don't have any cable. I don't have any of that stuff. Like, I have apps, and I can just, and me and my friends, we all share each other's apps and stuff and keep it moving. Like, I can't do, well, it only costs $400. You can get a 64
like, are
inch.
you crazy?
How much I can do with $400? I can flip $400 so many different ways to make it make money for me, opposed to spending on a TV, and then the TV break, or now you can't even send stuff out no more because it got to be upgraded. I don't got I can't do all of that.
So we again, guys, we want to help you avoid being stressed out this year because again, with everything that's going on with this
Hey,
pandemic and just
John.
everything that's going on, we're dealing with a whole lot of extra crap. The last thing you want to be adding, and now you're willingly adding this stress on trying to find the perfect gift. If it don't fit, don't force it. Listen, if it's just not there, if you got to choose between your bills and a gift, listen, you're going to have a conversation with some people and let them know. And here's the thing, quiet is kept. I told my son, listen, we'll get a couple of things before Christmas, but the day after Christmas, we finna go and we going to the stores. That's when we go. So he was telling me this the other day. He was like, man, I can't wait till after Christmas so we can get up and go to the store like we do. Because I'm not finna overspend, like you're jacking the price up on everything. And so since I can't wait an extra day, I'm gonna go and spend all this obscene, amount of money because to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not well, I am related to some Joneses and some Masons. So I was gonna say I'm not related to the Joneses, but yeah, like for real, I am. But do you stay in your lane?
Yeah.
Be comfortable with whatever you got going on in your
thing.
house. Stop trying to be in competition, especially Lord now with this social media, everybody posting up all of the stuff that listen. Understand this. You can't tell the difference if they got the right angle and they posting them knockup purses. Listen, every coochie, coach, whatever it is, it's not look. Y'all better stop letting these pictures send y'all off if you ain't got a real name brand. So what? Be thankful for the purse that you got. But guess what? The purse that you got a couple of coins in it. So you are right. Don't sit up here and stress out about it. Don't stress out about being single. Listen, again, think about what if you were in the wrong relationship? What if you were in a bad relationship? What if you was in that relationship maybe from the last year? Be grateful that you're not in that same situation today. Like, be thankful for whatever growth you've had in your life. Be thankful for that. Although you may not have the particular relationship status that you're looking for at the end of the year, but it's so many more other things that you got to look at. Like, we only focus on two things: gifts and relationship status at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Why can't we say did? You know what? I got out of debt this year. I paid, I started a new business this year. My kids did this. Why are we not thinking about all of those things? Because that's not what media is, portraying, and it's not what they're putting out there. They're putting all this stuff out there.
You got to get the sales.
To keep you depressed, to keep you sad, to keep you all this other bull junkie, to keep you just feeling some type of way. But I'm here to tell you, listen, create your own thoughts. Sometimes you got to turn that Christmas music off because it makes you feel some type of way. Like
that song,
them doggone songs, baby, they'll have you up in there about
what
to pop
do the lonely do for during Christmas, and then the way her voice sounds singing that song.
I want to cry for her
because you sound so sad,
so pitiful,
and then you just so I'm like I don't listen to that, so I listen like, oh wow. But I'll be like, okay.
Oh, when that song comes, I'll turn that song because I'm just like, you pick up those spirits, like you're lonely. Wait, but at first you was happily single, but now that doggone song come on. Like, now you like, well, now you question it. Well, am I really single? Or am I lonely? Or just have you confused? No, baby, that song is a trick from the entire pit.
I wonder.
I love it, but I can't do it.
Have shot themselves in the head after listening to that song. I wonder how many times the artist for that song has been sued because the family member has sued them because their loved one has shot themselves in the head because of that song.
Right, you just letting it repeat, putting it on. Hey, listen,
it's not that
this may be
negative little stuff like that.
Listen, you may have to listen to you some doggone it, some Bone Thugs and Harmony. You may have to get your gangsta on. You may have to listen to you some Crucial Conflict. You may have to listen to you something that's totally unrelated to the holidays, that's totally unrelated to love, so that you can get out of that, that mushy gushy feeling. Because if you don't, it will definitely have you thinking, oh man, oh God, here it is. Another year. Oh God, I was hoping to. No, stop thinking like that. Stop thinking like that. Put on your positive thinking. Or listen, put on your, you want to be, put a little Tootsie Roll on and see. Listen, I bet you do the Tootsie Roll and you listen, let your knee start to pop. You're gonna be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Let me go ahead on and just chill and get myself together. But you know what? Do some different things. Create some different traditions that's going to help you to make it through the season. But definitely focus on more happy, upbeat things. Don't focus on what you don't have. Don't focus on, oh man, I want to. And listen, stop. Look, okay, this is a hard season for these side chicks too, because they just don't realize.
But I need you over here because it's New Year's and
Some
I
of
don't
them
want to
just
go into the New Year
realize that
without you
they
next
some
to
because some
me.
unfortunately somebody under the sound of my voice have just realized that they a side chick. I'm sorry, or you a side dude. You just they gonna realize next week when they see dude on the 26th or the 27th instead of seeing
But
him
I
on the
always
25th,
see him on the
you
because he be
know,
saying,
because
this
they
is our
working.
special day and stuff, and so he want to share that day with just me. So I always see him
So
the
this
day
ain't
after
this. So the
Christmas,
side chicks, they not happy around this time because
and like
they definitely them dudes, they definitely not getting out the house.
we
Within
celebrate.
these next, he gonna be there at 12:30. He ain't gonna be there between 10:30 and 12. He gonna be there at 12.
But
I
my
got
boo,
stuck in traffic. Man, I
oh
told you already. I already told you I was gonna be a little bit late. Don't even worry about it. Listen, don't fix yourself up for the
why
madness.
you can't listen to Luther one because that's gonna be a romantic movie. You can still gonna be single,
Yeah, you sure will.
and
Listen,
then
listening to Luther and being single during the holidays. Listen, I strongly advise against. Listen, if you are a person that desires a relationship and you're not in one, I definitely suggest leaving the sappy music alone around this time of year.
Andrea, see, you gonna make me have to knock fire out of. He gonna say, how about talking, taking this lonely time to figure out why is that
But see, here's the thing. We're not talking about lonely because just because a person is single
single?
don't mean they're lonely. Lonely, if you're lonely, you need to talk to a professional. That's what you need to do. So being lonely, there's plenty of married people that are lonely and they post negative stuff all the time. And then you look at their page and you find out that they're married and you like, well,
Damn,
dang,
how you
you
lonely and you
married
married?
and you still feeling like this. So lonely and being single have nothing. Those are two completely separate issues. I know plenty of people that are married and they are lonely because the spouse is not doing whatever it is that they need to do for whatever reason. They're on the odds, they're on the outs, whatever it is. But lonely and single are two different things. If you're feeling lonely, reach out to family and friends and maybe reach out to a professional because that's definitely a serious condition to be in, and it could lead to depression and all kinds of other things. So when we throw out terms like that, we got to be ever ye so mindful because sometimes that's a dig at people that is single. But again, talk to your married friends and check on them and see how they doing. See how the folks that's in relationships that's wishing they was with somebody else,
Hello.
try checking on them because those could be your true lonely folks. But again, guys, don't focus on spending all that money and stressing all out. Be thankful. We've made it to the end of yet another year with this
Thank
pandemic.
you, thank
And if
you,
you have been
thank you,
blessed
thank
to
you.
avoid having contracted the COVID and your family has been spared from it, you've been spared from it, you've got a lot to be thankful for. If you are here under the sound of my voice, you got a lot to be thankful for. So don't let media and society put all these frivolous thoughts and expectations on you or tell you where you should be around because it's a certain time of year. Just understand those are sales tactics. And the more that they tap into those certain emotions, the more a lot of people are going to spend because it makes them feel better to spend. But then when you get those bills come January, February, now you in a whole different state of shock for a whole different reason.
Yeah.
So try to ride it out and try to do something positive and do something different. And then guess what? If all that fails, listen, go back. Go to our page, the J Spot. We have plenty of nonsense up there. Plenty.
Come join the group.
We got 6 years worth of bull junkie up there that's gonna get you through.
This gonna get you through it.
Any season.
Yes, it will.
Anytime. So
all right now.
guys, listen, we're gonna be off until after the new year because we're gonna be kicking it with our family and our friends, and we're gonna be enjoying Christmas and things. Well, I am. I may even post a video. Only if y'all Zelle me though, because I ain't got no cash out. So guys, listen. Please take care of yourselves. Have a Merry Christmas. Have a Happy New Year's. Be safe. Love on each other. Take care of each other. Please do me a favor. Go to our page, like our page, share the page, join the group, the J Spot, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Because guess what? During the 2 weeks that we off, we definitely so that's where the party is going to be, in the group and on the page. So listen, we will meet you all there. But until next time, you guys, we will see you in the new year if the Lord say the same. Until then, guys, peace out. Happy New Year's, guys. Take care.
Thank you for hitting the J Spot on IntellectualRadio.com.